This?
Hi, welcome back to Plus This. Oh my God.
That's Kathy Deach. I'm Eva Tingley. If you didn't know, Kathy's phone is on, guys, and she forgot to turn the sound off.
I'm such a spaz. Guys, we're back. It's really great.
Wait, Kathy,
for a show back.
Kathy, I love you so much. You have so much Lady J lipstick on your teeth.
I'm sure. It's everywhere.
All on your teeth. Okay, now you got it. You're good.
Oh my
we
God.
can start the show now.
Hot messes.
Guys,
Let's do it
it's
over.
been a while. Yeah. Start over.
Hi, welcome back to Plus This. I'm Kathy Deach.
And I am Eva Tingley.
We'll cut and paste that on the podcast. Oh my God. Obviously, I wanted to talk to you guys on Facebook.
Yeah, she wanted to see all your comments and things.
So
make
can
sure that you
totally,
leave comments
please
so
leave
that
comments.
was worth it, guys.
So all of that shenanigan is totally worth it. What we're doing what I did last summer, or should we say this summer?
Yeah.
Guys, I'm not paying attention. I'm so sorry. I'm just really bad at multitasking.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about what we did this summer and like kind of recap everything that kind of happened while we were on our little break, our season 3 break.
Yeah. We had stuff happening.
Yeah.
That was really. I traveled a lot.
You did.
You traveled too.
I did. I traveled to 2 places.
Yeah, I went to the same place twice.
You did.
I did.
You did.
I did. So I was in New York twice, and both times I was like, I know why I left, but also they were good trips.
You guys had like a really great turnout to Titanic.
Yeah, Titanic was
if, by the way, guys, Kathy's going to be performing again here in LA.
Luckily, yes.
On the 26th.
Yes, Friday the 26th. It's down at the
Get your tech out.
Hayworth, which now Dynasty Typewriter. It's a comedy venue now, but they redid this cute, sweet little theater, and we're bringing this loud concert of. It's like a concert production of a spoof of Titanic, the movie, as told through the eyes of Celine Dion. So it's all her music.
Which you know is going to be amazing and fun.
It's arranged
and
so
ridiculous.
brilliantly, and everyone's so brilliant, equally as talented singers as they are funny, which is very, very hard to do.
That's true. Toot, just tooting her own horn.
I am. I'm amongst good company. They're lucky to have me.
Which, by the way, I just want to say that Kathy is dressed real fall, and I'm just holding on to summer for dear life.
I am. I know. I needed like an earthy jewel tone.
I was like, how much summer can I bring to October? I don't care, guys. I just never want it. I want it to be never-ending summer.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, your color is summer. You're a
Yeah,
summer.
I'm a summer for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be a summer.
I'm not an autumn. I'm not an autumn, and I'm not a winter. Like those colors, I'm like.
What's so funny is that I totally wear them all. Like the only thing I really can't wear is like mustard yellow because I look jaundiced because it like reflects. Back
I still
on my
think
face.
you would look good in. I get it. Like people always tell me I should wear green, and I'm just like, no.
Yeah.
No, I'm not
but
a green.
You actually don't like the color green.
I don't love it. No.
Yeah, like just looking at it, you don't like it.
No, it's not. It's not my favorite.
Yeah, but when I look at mustard yellow, I like it.
Oh.
It reflects on my face, and I look.
But I
like
do
I
like a
puke.
Kelly green. Like I like Kelly green. I want it to be cute on me. It's just not.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I don't like.
different.
I'm not like a real green person in general, but yeah.
Yeah.
I'm more of like a jewel tones.
I'm glad we're having this
Because
really
this just makes so much more sense.
important conversation.
Going back to
Guys,
summer.
by the way, with all of this going on, let's talk about jewel tones and summer
Hey,
colors.
Kathy, you know what? We're talking about something fun, okay? Just for a split second before we get into some serious topics.
But what did you do? What did you do? You know, I went to New York. What did you do?
My whole family went to Flagstaff. My mom treated our whole family. We did a whole road trip. Went there. We
And
rented.
she just retired.
Yeah. She just finally. Yes, she's retired. But my mom is retired, but is now more busy now that she's retired.
Always.
In some way, she's like, oh, I can't do that. I have a phone call. She's just always on the phone. It's hilarious. But she treated us all to go to rent a big house in Flagstaff. And we went to the Grand Canyon. We went to Sedona. My brother-in-law saved somebody's life there's a rock slide area, a natural slides in the rocks, and it's really, really fun. and there's like places where you can kind of like jump off of a cliff. It's really like a 10-foot cliff. I mean, it's still a cliff, and it still like makes your heart race when you jump off, but it's like not really that big of a deal. But we were standing there, and this guy was like fully clothed, and we were kind of like, that's weird. And he was with his girlfriend, who was kind of like not in a bathing suit, but not in a bathing suit. It was kind of like she was, I don't know what they were wearing. It was very strange, and we were kind of, and he was wearing sneakers too. And he was like getting ready to jump in, and we were like, that's weird. And then they were like really scared and whatever, but then they finally jumped in, and then we thought like they were joking, like fake drowning, and then we were like, oh no, they're like really, really drowning. And my brother-in-law, who's in the Coast Guard, just happened to be there, jumped in, grabbed them, saved them.
That's amazing.
Like we just happened to be in the
right place. Did he take both of them at the same time?
No, he took the one guy first because he was closer, and then he went back in to get the girl, and then the boyfriend jumped back in to save the girl, so then he had to save the guy again. I mean, it was just... It was that
happy summer vacation.
Yeah,
that's fun though.
Yeah, but it was really fun. We all had such a great time, and we had like a date night with the couples, like my sister and her husband, my sisters and her husbands. It was really fun. And then Peter and I celebrated our 7th wedding anniversary.
Oh, congratulations!
Thanks. We went to Joshua Tree for like a fun road trip.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was really beautiful. Yeah.
Awesome.
So you can see so many stars out there. It's ridiculous.
I want to go.
You should.
I know. There's
even if
so
you just
many
day
plans.
trip out there, it's just.
I know.
It's really,
What day?
really cool.
I'll pick a day.
You pick a day.
I'll pick a day.
You pick a day.
Maybe I'll do my Christmas there. Who knows? Who knows?
And that's too cold.
Oh
Too
my
cold
God!
for
Megan
me, too
Kimberly
cold.
says hi.
Hi, Megan.
And Angela Galetta says hi.
Hi.
And Jess Gama says hi. And she lived in Flagstaff for a while.
I really like it. It's a real dog-friendly town, so Kathy would hate it. Just kidding.
That's not true. No,
I'm
I
just
probably
kidding.
would. If it smells like dogs.
No, it doesn't smell like dogs, but they like have like every place had like dog biscuits and like a water bowl for dogs.
Oh, okay.
Which I liked. I thought it was really
That's sweet.
It was sweet.
I mean, there are other places in the world that are like that.
Yeah, Carmel's like that.
Yeah. I've been to places like that and not hated them.
Hated it.
So I also got to do talk. Guys, I drove past our studio like a half a mile.
Yeah. And then was like, oh, whoops. Got to turn around.
So that's my kind of day. I'm having a day. We should also say that there is a march happening, and a lot of our friends are there, and we're grateful that they're marching, to Believe Survivors, and that's happening also right here in Hollywood too, which made things a little cuckoo. But we're just grateful that people are out in the streets and like making it known that it's not
being
okay,
heard.
being heard. So I think that's been preoccupying my time. I've spent a lot of time on my campus where I teach this week, and because I work one-on-one with students doing voice lessons, a lot of personal stuff comes up, and it's just been a week. It's been a doozy. But before all this, I went on something called Sound, Mind, and Body podcast. There, I said it.
That's right.
I think the lip gloss is hindering me now.
You're like worried. Your lips are stuck together,
and
like just
my
real.
teeth are stuck to the lips with also has thing, and I'm trying not to rub the thing on. Anyway, but it is by a woman, Sheila Melody, who I met at Linda Kamin's salon.
Which Linda Kamin does our hair, guys. If you don't know, if you don't watch our commercials.
So while we were like having the wonderful aromatherapy experience, Linda was like, "You two should know each other," and she was so amazing. And then the podcast was so fun.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
You can still posting it afterwards on our Facebook page.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so people can go watch it.
And I decided to go back to school.
Yes,
I did. I'm going back to school, guys. I don't know what I'm going to be when I grow up. But
she's speaking Spanish, though.
I'm going to be speaking Spanish, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Hopefully fluently.
What's your favorite Spanish phrase you said you've learned?
¿En serio?
I told you my horrible Spanish story.
No.
The only thing I remember from Spanish was when we had to make up, this is sophomore year in high school, we had to make up a conversation to have with someone. And the only thing I remember is, "Qué lástima, me encantan las vacas." And it was like, I found out as a vegetarian that hamburgers were made of cows. And I was... I was so horrified.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
But I love cows. And I really did love cows in high school. I was that person. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But that does bring us to a big announcement.
Yes, it does.
Guys, I'm going to end this season. These last 5 shows that we're doing are going to be my last 5 plus this shows.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
Collective sadness.
I know. I just gotta do it, guys. But Kathy's gonna carry on the torch, and
I am, and I don't have any idea how it's gonna happen without you. But I do think that I still want to have these conversations, and you've been so generous and been like, please still have them, and you will be on the show. Duh.
I'll be like a correspondent, like of some sort.
Yeah.
We'll do like clips of something where I'll be like, hey, I'm just popping. I'll be like Jon Stewart. You know what I mean? Like I'll just pop in and like do a segment.
And you'll like hear her voice on like advertisements. And,
yes.
Like, I'm still going to be like, dude, we got a new sponsor. You got to make it. You got to make us ad for
do
me.
an ad.
I'll slip you 50. Can you just totally be my voiceover artist? Because guys, I can't do it.
I'm union, so it technically needs to be higher than $50. Kathy Deach.
I'm the worst. Just slipping it under the door.
Yeah, so that's a big announcement, guys. But we're gonna do it, and then we're gonna maybe have a party.
Yeah,
at the end.
I mean, it makes sense too.
I mean, we might have a party. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll have to whip it up. We'll
Yeah.
have to whip it up. 2 things I want to talk about right before we go to break. You know, obviously, magazines aren't what they used to be, but they still are a big deal.
Yeah,
And 2 covers happened while we were off the air that were, especially the one because it was Vogue, and I just think of that having such a stronghold on fashion and what beauty means. And
well, like, isn't Vogue what The Devil Wears Prada is about?
that it's allegedly about her.
Yeah.
That book. Yeah. So it's that Vogue magazine not only said Beyonce be on our cover, which she has been before, they said Beyonce be our editor. And it was really a great issue. And she talked about her body. And I have never in Vogue magazine ever heard anyone talk like that about their body.
She talked about her fupa.
She used the word fupa in a sentence in an article.
In Vogue magazine.
In Vogue magazine. And about how she loved her fupa.
Yeah.
And her little mommy
And
pouch.
she was like, I'm just going to have it until I'm ready to like beast mode it out. And I'm just not yet.
Yeah. Or maybe I won't beast mode it out also, which I like that she left the door open for that.
Yeah.
Also, and this is something that really, when I read it, I stopped everything and had to go back and read it again because I couldn't believe it was in print. She said, I was 218 pounds the day I gave birth to Rumi and Sir. Now, I don't know about you, Eva, but growing up, 200 was always this like magic threshold that if I went over 200 pounds, somehow that was like beyond the
that was
point.
like too much. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was like that was way too dangerous, and that was something that was never to be broken
experience
through.
That's like too far.
And
the line is crossed.
Yeah, and I don't know if I did that because of like BMI stuff in school. Like as we talked about, we were introduced to the BMI in school because that's fun. Or if it was, I know that Oprah has said it even recently in my adult life, but she might have said it before. Like I knew I was over 200 pounds and that's a thing. And maybe that settled with me. But just the fact that Beyonce was saying the number.
Yeah.
And that she was.
How tall is Beyonce?
I don't know.
Let's ask Siri. Hey, Siri. How tall is Beyonce?
Maybe one of you guys on Facebook knows. Do you guys know?
Is 5 feet 7 inches tall.
She's 5'7".
Yeah.
Okay, so she's like the same height as me. I'm a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, you know, it still was
But to put that in print?
yeah. And to call out the number.
Yeah.
I just thought that was so cool.
But like, you know what? I just wonder if it's okay for her to have been that weight because she was also pregnant. Whereas it's not okay to be that weight just because you ate too many chips.
yeah.
Or because you have a thyroid issue or whatever the reason is.
Yeah.
Being pregnant is like an acceptable reason for gaining weight.
I definitely think, I definitely absolutely think that is true. Like with 100% like confidence, I can say that is true. However, with celebrity that is treated the way it is. Like,
for sure. And for her,
yeah,
that's like really big.
yeah, and for a celebrity to, you know, come out and say the number is really,
especially like an A-list celebrity.
yeah, it's profound.
Yeah.
And it really affected me. I just have to tell you, it really affected me. Like, and then her talking about, like, she said, to this day, my arms, my shoulders, breasts, and thighs are fuller. I have a little mommy pouch. I'm in no rush to get rid of it. I think it's real. I mean, that to say that is kind of extraordinary. I just was really affected, on fire by it. And then, of course, her Coachella was crazy.
yeah.
It was like totally amazing.
She was, yeah.
And I really want to wear mustard yellow because of her Coachella.
Because of her Coachella dancers.
Exactly. That's actually why, guys. I wanna wear
that's the
mustard.
only reason.
That's why I'm
she
mad
wants to do all the dances.
that I'm like not able to reflect it at my face. But another cover happened.
Yeah, Tess Holiday
On UK Cosmopolitan, which I also find really interesting. Like, I think I didn't take that in, that it was the UK Cosmo.
Right.
And I think that I think of the UK as being more progressive in this than the United States is. But maybe it's just not.
No,
maybe
I
I've just made it up.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think so. I think maybe Australia might be.
Maybe, yeah.
But the UK, I don't think so. I think that they still have a lot of the stigmas that we do.
Yeah. I feel like the people we follow on Instagram from there are just so
they're
dope.
amazing.
They're just incredible. I'm just so inspired by them. But Tess did this cover in a bathing suit, which was beautiful.
Yeah, and then didn't she do some where she was like in hay?
I think so.
And I was like, I just can't. I
got itchy.
I got itchy just thinking about it. Yeah. But they're really beautiful.
She did this one photo that she posted on her page that was her in like prom gear with like melted mascara, and it's really cool. It's a cool photo. I mean, it
definitely looked like they had fun. Like, it wasn't like we're trying to cover anything up. It was like very exposed.
Yeah, especially Cosmo has not been known for their.
No, they're very much like, here's her fat face only.
Yeah, when other people of curve
size
have been on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It also was really interesting that it was, as opposed to the Self magazine, which was very much about
the Self magazine was the one she was in the hay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know, that was like very much about like health.
Right.
And then this really, in her interview, she really talked about how she had been raped and
her own mental health issues.
Her own mental health issues, and how she didn't think, much like the story of Dietland, quite honestly. I hope I'm not giving anything away. Just go watch it. It's somewhere. Just watch it.
If you've read the book, then
yeah.
Yeah.
But how, you know, she was like, oh, because somebody talked me into it, but I never really said yes. Like, that she was like, no, I said no, and they did it anyway. So that, you know, for a long time, she had never really like convinced herself that was like something wrong.
Right.
that somebody
that's
did
rape.
to her. Yeah,
right.
that was rape. And I thought that was a really interesting conversation to choose to have in Cosmo, where it's a lot of like young girls, you know, and obviously tied to everything that's happened in the last week and a half here.
Yeah.
It's
just been.
Yeah.
We've both been just like crying all the time. Like,
yeah. It's been
a real
hard.
triggering week.
Oh, yeah.
It's like.
Everything feels real heavy.
It does.
Yeah.
It really
Everything does feel heavy. And it, somebody said I feel like all day long I have laser beams wanting to come out of my eyes and 1,000 bees to come out of my mouth. And I'm like, that's exactly it. I'm like, exactly. I was like, know exactly what that is. I mean, I saw after I watched the confirmation, I watched Dr. Ford do her testimony all day on Thursday. And then I finally went out of the house to like Trader Joe's or something. And I saw like my first man.
Poor guy.
And I literally was like, oh, like I literally had like a reaction. Like, don't even make eye contact with me. Like I'm sure
You're just a hater.
And I'm sure
just a
he
hater.
could have had like a dump Trump hat on. He could have been like hashtag, me too. I don't know. He could have looked like anything.
He could have been like the nicest person in the world.
I know.
Like biggest proponent for for women's movement.
And
you're just like,
reaction.
you have a penis.
I know.
I hate you.
Are you guys feeling this way? Is it just me? I mean, I also don't have to deal with a
No,
man
I
in
was
my
really challenged though, because I watched I didn't catch the whole thing of Dr. Ford's testimony, but I did catch the tail end part. And then I watched Kavanaugh's opening statements and watched him being questioned. And when he was reading his statement, I was kind of like, I realized that I started to believe him. Like I was like, oh, and then I was like, wait, why do I believe him more than I believe her? Like, what's that about? Like, why am I feeling that way? Like, oh, he has proof, he has a calendar or whatever. Like, I was kind of like questioning myself, and I was like, oh, because we're so conditioned to believe men more than we're to believe women. Like, we are trained to do that.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it was just really eye-opening to me. I've had conversations with my sister about this, and, we talked about, like, why did he have a calendar? Why did his dad train him to have a calendar and keep it for years?
Yeah.
Like, that's just an interesting perspective on, like, why? Like, oh, so in case something comes up, you can say, like, oh, I have a calendar. I don't know. It just kind of, like, hit me as kind of, I don't know, like he knew or something that so let me just keep these diligent notes. I don't know, it just rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah.
And I just think about if a woman had gone in there, and if Hillary Clinton had gone to her Senate hearing and screamed and yelled and cried and said beer as many times as he did, how would she have been portrayed? And people are like, this poor guy, they're ruining his life. I'm like, no. He made choices.
Yeah.
And the choices that he made are coming back to bite him in the ass. That is called life. You get to make choices, and then things come back to bite you in the ass when the timing is right.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
There are consequences.
Consequences happen eventually. And for some people, they don't at all.
Right.
But
when you are in this public spotlight and that you are going to be appointed possibly to the highest court in the land, everything needs to be brought to the light.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry if you're feeling hurt.
Yeah. What's crazy to me is that we keep hearing there were 6 before this. There were 6 FBI investigations. And I'm kind of like, his college roommates were never asked any questions. In all of those 6 months, both have been on TV.
Right.
And both were like, no, the FBI is never in any of these 6. So that's interesting to me too.
Right.
Like I'm wondering, like how did he
how
get
in
a
depth
skirt?
are these?
Yeah. Like how did he skirt it before? So he's been skirting it this whole time.
Yeah.
And you know what? As somebody who worked for Ken Starr, they know how to do that. I mean, I don't mean to be a jerk, but like the dirty business started a long time ago.
Yeah.
This dirty politics. Like you guys figured it out, and now it's coming around and people are using it on you, and I'm sorry. Like
I mean, and as a Christian, I feel like his behavior is not Christ-like. It's like he's saying all these things like, oh, I was praying with my daughters and they wanted to pray for her, which is, it's lovely. It's wonderful, and as they should. But don't use that as like a way to like get to people's hearts. Like, I don't know. It just felt manipulative to me. It felt, everything felt really manipulative, and I felt like he changed so much from the point where he was reading everything to when he was getting questioned.
Yeah.
His demeanor completely changed.
Yeah.
And he wasn't judge-like.
no, he wasn't at all.
He was belligerent.
And
He was
what's
so upset.
crazy is that when you see, just 2 years ago, by the way, him do a talk at Catholic U where he went to school, where I have many friends who went to school there. You've met him, Rob Keese, my good friend, went there. And he just spoke there about what the temperament of a judge is and what's the most important thing. And being, nonpartisan is the biggest thing. I mean, he literally betrayed all of his own beliefs and like
his own advice,
but his own belief system,
right?
Really.
Yeah.
So I think 1,000 law professors across the country. First of all, there are 1,000 law professors across the country,
right.
and all of them have signed this letter. Anyway, my point is that it is a sensitive week. It's definitely brought stuff up, and it's made me like definitely. And that one of his accusers, quite terribly accused, said that she watched him stand in a line where there was a drunk girl in a room, and so everybody could take turns.
Oh,
with
like
a
they
woman.
did it like a sex train?
Yeah, and
amazing.
I just kept thinking of Roxane Gay the whole time and that book. And when people were like, why would you go back to that party? Why would you still hang out with those people? And I'm like, it sucks, but people don't have.
I saw something where someone was like,
moral authority.
why did children go back to church? Why did they go back to church? Like, you don't like avoid your life.
Yeah. Yeah, after
I
being molested by a priest.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's the same thing. Yeah, so I just keep thinking of her in that account, and I wonder if people had read her account, maybe they would have some kind of understanding about what you actually have to do to yourself in order to get over something like that. Anyway, if we had heard from any of the people that could have been, interviewed, we would know more about that.
I mean, and first of all, that guy, his college buddy or whatever, who wrote a freaking book and did not change his last name. It's like Brad Kavanaugh.
Oh, Kavanaugh.
Yeah,
yes.
It's Brad Kavanaugh, not Brett.
It's actually Bart, which is what they called him. Yeah.
Oh, it was Bart in the book? Oh, I thought it was Brad.
No, and they've shown him signing letters like that. Yeah. Girl, I know. So guys,
we're take a break.
We're taking a break, and we're fighting
I need to drink some water.
Our crippling mental health issues too. We'll be back talking about fun things like CurvyCon and New York Fashion Week when we come back. Plus this. Did you know that 67% of American women are size 14 and above?
You mean they look like this?
Yeah, girl.
So then where are we in television and film?
And where are we in fashion magazines and clothing stores?
Yeah.
So we want to help out entertainment and fashion and media.
Catch the F up.
Watch us on Plus This.
Live.
Every Thursday
at 7 p.m.
on Senna TV. Did that video say 7 p.m. at the end?
Did it?
It did. It's an old thing.
It's an old thing.
We're back.
We're back. And we're at 6, guys. We're at 6. Oh my gosh, you're right. It did. I just saw it I just saw it. You're right.
You guys
don't mind us, guys.
We're just winging it. We're just winging it.
Just living our life by the seat of our pants, flying by the seat of our pants.
It's the our teeth. Awesome. So, CurvyCon happened. We couldn't go. But we're going to get together to go. We have to watch it. A lot of the videos they end up making available.
Oh, good.
After, so you could go back and watch them. And as per usual, there was some really interesting stuff. I think one of the most amazing things was there's a partnership with the Council of Fashion Designers of America, which I didn't even know existed, but Christian Siriano's on the board of it.
Oh, that's amazing.
And Dia and Company, which is a mail order. People
they style you
through the mail, which is really cool, and they have really great plus size selections. They're doing a t-shirt campaign that's raising money for size inclusion educational programs, which they need so desperately,
right?
And
they're
colleges.
Really fun. They had really fun shirts, things that Lizzo said or things that other people said, right? They're really fun.
Yeah, there's some cute tees. So you go there and maybe you could help someone learn some stuff at school.
Learn some stuff
about making big girl clothes. Let's start at the very beginning.
We do need to.
Because people have to be relearned. And also, Vogue did an amazing story. And Kurt, I hope you can find that link and bring it up. There are unbelievable pictures of fat fashion at CurvyCon that Vogue showed, and it was really, really cool. It was at the end of the article. I know I had to scroll by a bunch of stuff, but I just thought, again, this is not a magazine for chubs. Traditionally, we have been kept out of this space, and the fact that Vogue was no, we're gonna cover CurvyCon and these girls,
and it wasn't Teen Vogue. It was Vogue.
No, Vogue. Yep.
which is awesome.
It also means, let's hope, because there's some bad news too coming up, but that's okay. There's some stuff that's happening, like it behind the scenes, like where people are like, oh, if we really do need to make money, we're gonna have to change. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that there is a shift in that thinking of, no, fashion only has to look one way. I think that people are really realizing they're gonna have to start making clothes that fit more of the population if they want people to spend money.
Yeah. I definitely think so. I think that a lot of people are like, they're real struggling against it, but I think that once they come around, they'll be like, oh,
and
we should have been doing this for a long time.
Gorgeous is it? Yeah, there's so many great. Oh, someone posted some. Oh, it looks great. Yes, look how beautiful they are. Kurt, good job. Amazing photos. Amazing photos. Definitely go. I think we've posted that on our thing already, probably like weeks ago though. So good luck. Just Google it.
Good luck.
Google it.
Google Vogue CurvyCon.
And then New York Fashion Week.
Yeah, so that was kind of like
it was a little letdown. It was,
but it is an increase, wasn't it? Didn't say it was like a 2.3 increase from 2017.
No.
Was it a decrease?
It was a decrease.
Oh, I thought I saw that it was a slight increase.
It was a decrease.
Well, because they only had 30 plus size models.
Yeah, and that's and
that's across every brand.
Yeah, and they said
that doesn't include curve models, or it does include curve models.
No, I think it's curve models.
Oh, okay.
When they say plus size models, they actually mean curve models.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they said that Christian Siriano and Chromat had most of them.
Boo.
I know. Out of, there's many. Anyway, so there were 30 plus size models in all 4 cities of Fashion Week, and there were 38 that walked last year. That was the number.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that was kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
But, and I hope that you went and looked at it. Rihanna, who
yes.
as a vocal artist, I struggle. I love sometimes
Ella,
Rihanna so
Ella.
much. I love that. Some is so good and this some is so good. This whatever that song is. I can't say the words because they're bad. But must be love on the brink. That song. Love on the Brink or whatever. That song's amazing. But I do have issues with her in general. But
as a vocal
artist who wins Grammys. But she has a lingerie line that is savage with Fenty, and
the line is so fun.
And that show was bananas.
And she included, at first I was like, there's all skinny, like real skinny bees. And then I was like, keep going, Eva. Keep going. And I kept going. And it was glorious. Because she had everybody. Although I really wish that they were all shiny like the thin models were. The thin models were real shiny and the chubs were not. And I'm not sure why.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know why either.
Yeah. It was
That's
kind of
interesting.
I didn't love it. I wanted
shiny skin.
Yeah, like they weren't like rubbed down with whatever the thin ones were.
That's good. We should ask that question.
Yeah.
Who could we ask that of? Let's like put that on a
I don't
Reddit.
know, because I was like looking. I'm like, the lighting is the same. Like everything is the same. Nothing is different except they are not rubbed down with whatever the thin people are.
I don't know. But there was a woman who was pregnant and literally gave birth on leaving the venue.
Oh my gosh.
She like went into labor like at the venue and then went and had her child like 12 hours later.
In lingerie. She was just like, and plop.
And she's like, oh, I'm in labor. Let me go to the hospital. And then 12 hours later, she had a baby.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
I mean, some of the pictures, I'm not going to lie, some of the pictures were shiny, but they weren't as shiny. I'm just saying. In case anyone's like
maybe
looking and being like,
they
they're
just
shiny.
Needed to do a double dose. Maybe they needed to do twice as much shine, and they only gave them each a little thing.
Yeah,
of
maybe
it.
they only gave like a little.
To
like
cover
they
more
needed to realize
surface area. Eva, you needed to go in and tell them.
I needed to go in and rub it personally on all the chubs.
And
make sure they're fully doused in glistening whatever.
She's gonna come up with her own thing next time, just like just oily glitter.
It's gonna be like.
Just like
it's just like people. All like mica and coconut oil. That's it. It's just like all super shiny. They're just like you can't even see them because it's just like
it's all glare. That'd be fun. Yeah, it was great, and I definitely think
but they were
line is
really
beautiful.
they're really fun.
Yeah, it was really fun. And then there was this whole story again covered by Glamour magazine. Again, a real traditional, usually fat people are kept out of that space magazine. It's me, Kelly Brown.
Yeah.
Who are good friends.
She's
Melissa
at
Massey.
me, Kelly B, right?
Yes.
On Instagram.
Yes, and she's good friends with our friend Melissa Massey, and she created a hashtag and they covered it called Fat at Fashion Week.
I know.
Her looks. She's
just like on point. Like it was so fun.
She was just in town right before we came on air. I know, and Kelly, just come back.
Kelly,
and
just
have
come
many
back.
seats with
Come
us
back.
and chat with us. Just hang out.
I'm doing my Titanic. Come back. Jack. Come back. I'll never let go.
Oh my God, that's so good. You have to coach the people in the show because that moment definitely does happen.
I'm sure it does.
Yes, and I totally think that that's a very worthy Googleable moment. The Kelly
Fat at
Brown's.
Fashion Week.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Hashtag Fat at Fashion Week.
Exactly. Word. Weird news that just happened yesterday. Walmart acquired Eloquy.
Oh, this is like a hot topic.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because the dichotomy of that,
in my mind.
in my mind, yeah, for sure. Although I will tell you that I was at Walmart the other day and was looking at the clothes, and I feel like their clothes have up-leveled a little bit.
That's good. They still making them in terrible places?
I don't know. I mean, most clothes are made in terrible places.
I know. Makes me sad.
Yeah, kind of what, because I know that Megan Kimberling like really is did a whole thing on her feed about why it can change everything for Eloquy, because Walmart has like standards that they have for their factories, and if Eloquy doesn't meet up with that, then that will have to change, which will then change the people that they're working with, which changes the fabrics, which changes the everything. It changes everything. And I thought that was interesting.
Meaning Walmart has standards that aren't as nuanced as Eloquy is as far as cutting clothes?
No, I mean, probably they have rules about like they have to be this many people that work there or whatever. I don't really even know what the standards are, but Walmart has standards for their factories that they will work with.
Obviously.
And so then if Eloquy doesn't meet that, I mean, I'm just hoping that Eloquy was smart enough to negotiate in that the quality and none of that can change.
Yeah, I mean that
it's really that they're just getting financial backing is what I'm hoping.
Well, that's what if you read that Forbes article, it made it sound like people were like, ModCloth is gonna be dead, and nothing really changed there. So I think people are sort of crossing their fingers that Eloquy does the same.
They're crossing all their fingers.
But my problem is that the way Walmart treats its workers, not even like where the clothes are made, which is like a whole other thing, but Walmart treats its workers a certain way. Like, I feel like I have problems with the way they treat people who work in their stores.
I'm just going to say that I have had a
me.
conversation with people who actually work in their stores, and never once have they said I've been mistreated. Just personally, the people that I've talked to.
I don't even know.
So I don't know.
But I don't even know about like being mistreated as if their salary practices. They're the number one clothier in the company.
Yeah,
in the
country. Yeah,
they are the biggest employer in the country.
Yeah.
And they can't. I mean, thank God Amazon just like upped its stuff.
Yeah.
But Amazon did that because their workers
they were
put them.
shamed.
Yeah,
they were on blast. Yeah,
they were on blast. So fat girls, let's put Walmart on blast about putting their employees and giving them the right wage, because it's not right.
I'm gonna sneeze, guys.
Bless you.
Excuse me.
And also, Gabby Fresh did a partnership with Playful Promises.
Oh, yes. It's gorgeous.
We posted a picture. It is unreal.
It is like so sexy and
stunning.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I would be like
bodies.
nervous to put it on because I'd be like, don't rip it off. Don't be careful.
Do people rip off your clothes?
My lingerie?
Yeah, that why you got no underwears?
I can't do the noise that Kathy does. There you go.
Megan is talking. They're talking about makeup artists.
No,
okay, but
says,
does Eloquy pay more than minimum wage in their stores and give everyone insurance in the stores?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either. And she also said makeup artists are still super fat phobic and probably why they didn't get as much as a rub down. That's why there was not as much shine.
Yeah,
thank you, Megan, for knowing things.
Thank you. Megan knows all the things.
She does know all the things.
She does.
Everyone's dying laughing at you not wanting to comment about getting your undies ripped. I haven't come to that yet in my sex life.
I am married. I have been married for 7 years, together with my husband for 10. I have had lingerie ripped.
Okay.
And been really sad about it.
But you have to be like, bitch, not this piece.
No, I know. That's what I would say. I'd be like, careful. Don't. Just, can we just gently
it just sounds
take
like
a
Peter
turn?
needs to get his nails clipped.
No,
Let's be honest.
It's not nails. It's not nails. It's like a real excitement, okay?
Oh, okay. All right. God.
Just saying, my husband
Kurt is
likes
really
me a lot.
okay.
Kurt is really
about this
uncomfortable. He's like,
conversation. Also, I'm going, and I'm sad you can't go, but I'm going to totally take all the pictures. And if there's something cute, I will totally buy it for you. Our friend Jessica Hinkle, who has taken photos for us at events, and she has had stuff in the Plus Bus and shared space there for a really long time. Mm-hmm. She has her new brick and mortar store out in Highland Park.
I know, and I'm so bummed, but it is my nephew's 16th birthday,
and
so
you got to do what you got to do.
Family first.
It is going to be really fun out in Highland Park, and she's doing like a soft opening tomorrow, which will not be soft. It will be everyone being crazy.
I know. It'll be
everybody's
like
gonna
all
show
fat
up.
bitches there,
Exactly.
like being like, proud
party,
Mary, keep
lots
on
of
turning.
dancing. There's gonna be lots of dancing.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really good. And also we're gonna post that information probably tomorrow morning. I think I have it scheduled to repost on our Facebook page. So again, you can look it up. But it's Proud Mary soft opening. Have fun googling that.
It's on Facebook. It's a Facebook event.
Yes.
That Kathy has accepted to go to.
Yes. So you can look for it there.
Yeah.
Okay, we have.
I love how Megan says that she's going to talk to Peter about this.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't think that Eve is having an issue, Megs.
No, I'm not. I just, I am nervous about buying expensive lingerie. Just saying.
Yeah. And I don't know.
I prefer the cheap ones so that they can be ripped. And you're just like, whatever.
The Gabby Fresh is actually like reasonable, especially for plus size fancy.
No, for sure.
I mean, plus size fancy is right. Plus size, like maintaining, like just every day is expensive.
Yeah, for sure.
So the fact
just
that
like
it's
regular cotton underwear,
exactly.
or like regular underwear,
but
would be
bras,
like $30
like forget
a
it.
piece.
My sister would always be like, "This is my everyday bra, and it costs me an arm and a leg." She'd always
She's
be
all
she'd be like, "I only have 2 of them."
Yeah.
She like went through a period where she was like, "I can't spend $125 on another bra." But this would definitely. I don't think it's that expensive, and it's really beautiful.
But does it go to the? Does it go to Amory boob size?
I'd have to check that out, but I kind of think that it does.
It does?
Yeah, I've seen some girls wear it.
I saw a new sports bra that came out. I think I sent it to you, where it has like it goes up to like super Jigo K or something.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, that's great. But I just don't know that I could pay $84 for a sports bra. I don't know if I could do it.
Yeah, I think that you'd have to wear that a lot. Like
I'd have to wear it every day for 3 years.
In your life. Yeah, you'd have to. Like there are some people who do things that, like there's a girl we follow who does like aerial stuff. Like she does like circus stuff.
Right.
And she would need one of those.
And I do kind of want to get back into running. And if I do, then I definitely need I need a better bra. I need a better sports bra so that I'm not like smacking myself in the face.
That would be really good.
Yeah.
We're going to talk more about.
Take a little break,
we're gonna take
right?
a tiny break. And we're going to talk more about like
break.
TV stuff when we come back.
Yes, we'll be right back.
We'll be back. What's this?
Promotional consideration brought to you by Melissa Massey. Custom clothing isn't exclusively for the rich and famous. Melissa Massey is custom-made clothing for everyday wear. A unique combination of custom tailoring and deluxe fabrics that is well made and fit for every size and frame. Made in LA, sold in LA, and online at melissamassey.com. It's not the natural beauty products in your life, but the life in your natural beauty products. Linda Kammen's Aromatherapy Salon, lindacammons.com, for happier, healthier living. Promotional consideration provided by Scrubs Body, a woman-owned business with scrubs so natural they're good for your public parts and your private parts. Scrubsbody.com.
This. The poor people who are watching this on like UBN on like a big screen. Someone gifted me this lip gloss that is really fancy. They made a big deal about how they got it and they're giving it to me. And I was like, oh, it's a fun color. And guys, it was like pooling in the side of my mouth.
And I had noticed it right after we came back from the second break, but I was like, I can't tell her. I can't be like, Kathy.
Jesus. I looked like a scary clown. Like, I was like its sister or something. Oh my God. Let's talk about something sad.
Really sad.
I
know. For
know.
friend of the show, Joy Nash.
I know.
Guys, Dietland got canceled.
I know.
Record scratch.
I know.
What?
Which was so shocking.
You know, I was thinking though, like, they didn't really promote it very well. I think that they did in the very beginning, but like they didn't get her on like Jimmy Kimmel or anything. Like they didn't get anybody out talking about it. And I feel like you gotta do that.
Yeah, you do have to double down on all that stuff.
You gotta do
but
that.
also for stuff that they've done before, like if you think about Mad Men, like I don't think John Hamm was out on shows. I don't think that.
Yes, he was.
Not at first. That first season.
Yes, he was. Yeah, and so was what's the girl with the big boobies and the red hair?
Yes, who's on good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good girls.
Good girls.
Good bad girls. The one with Retta.
Yes.
The one with Retta.
Yes.
Yes. Christine.
We're the worst. No brain cells left. But anyway, someone tell us.
All my brain cells are dedicated to writing papers and learning Espanol.
So wait a second. I really wasn't in my consciousness though, so I can't. And that also was years ago. But listen, I'm not saying you're wrong. You're right. But also, it seemed like they were dedicated to something, and I'm just surprised that they
didn't let it grow.
Yeah, that I feel like I
bet they probably just got a lot of pushback from males in the industry about the content.
Maybe.
And they were like feeling pressured about it because it's real, tough subject matter.
Yeah. I mean,
and men probably didn't like it. And probably also because of all this Me Too and all this stuff happening, it's like, it's scary to talk about women.
Bear.
Yeah, it's scary to talk about women in that way.
There's a whole, yes.
Christina Hendricks. Thank you, Megan.
Thanks, Megan, knowing all
Megan
the answers.
knows all the things.
See,
I think Megan could come on here and be a little host. Just saying.
I definitely am open.
Megan.
Open to things. I will say that Sarai Walker, who wrote the book and was also one of the producers on the show and writers, she did write a statement. I don't want to read the whole thing. I actually cut it down, but I need to cut it down some more. But she did say fat girls can get invited to the party, but we don't get to stay for very long.
Yeah.
And then she went on to say about how so many people messaged her and how the show changed their lives, and it was the first time they saw themselves represented on TV. And she said the people who've been so outraged by the show's feminist and body politics that they've contacted me to wish for my death will be celebrating. This will never sit right with me, and it certainly feels wrong for this moment in history. So it is, in a lot of ways, we talk about Dr. Ford coming forward and telling her truth. I mean, Sarai told her truth, her experience in the world, and put it out there and then got the same backlash. And it feels like, there's no it just feels like wasn't really given a chance to put yourself on the line like that and to open yourself up to such vitriol and quite honestly dangerous.
It's exactly what we're talking about. Like, it's exactly what we're saying. Like, when men are like, women aren't treated that way. Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Absolutely.
I was actually telling somebody about this, like the other day. I think I was telling Peter. There is a right way to approach a woman and ask her if if she's available to date and not take it personally. Like, for example, I happened to be coming from somewhere looking real cute, stopped on the side of the road to get my little fruit on from one of those little vendors. It's like my favorite thing to do. And a guy pulled up on a motorcycle, got out, and came up to me and was like, God, please tell me you're single. And I was like, oh, I'm not. I'm sorry. And he was like, oh, that guy's got to be the luckiest guy. And that was it. Got back on the bike, left. Right? Like,
yeah.
That is the right way to do it. He didn't take it personally. And maybe he might have taken it personally had I been like, oh no, I'm single, but I'm not interested. I don't know. But I feel like men take things really personally, and when things go from friendly to and then it gets uncomfortable, then men turn it around on women and really get really cruel.
Yeah.
Often. I remember I went on a date once, and at the end of the date he was dropping me off, and I told him I don't think that there will be a second date, and he still tried to kiss me. And I was like, no. And he literally pushed me out of his car, peeled off, and called me a fat bitch. That whole, I was just like, okay, yeah, now please let me go on a second date with you.
Yeah. And the fact that 1 out of 3 women have been sexually assaulted and or worse. And literally almost every single woman, what we're finding out, have gone through something like that. Have gone through something where someone has insulted them or a random person has not taken no for an answer in a good way. And you're right. And this show was sort of a glimpse into the anger of women. And it's very interesting that a network was like, we can't handle that.
Because women are not supposed to be angry. We're not supposed to. We're just supposed to be like, okay, yeah, we'll just take it.
Yeah.
And I just don't think that that's right.
No, it is sad. And I
do think that committing crimes out of anger is probably not the best way to justify your anger. That's not the way to justify it. But we are allowed to be angry.
Yeah.
I think that what we do with the anger is what really is important.
Yeah.
And men are allowed to be angry. We watch men get to be angry, kick ass, do whatever on every show.
Yeah.
And women are not allowed to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, especially in response to the way
that they're treated. Yeah.
There's good news though. So, Lindy, then we have to wrap up really quickly, but I need to get in one more thing before we do. First of all, Paramount finally came to their senses and are showing Heathers for 5 days in a row. And that we're so excited for Melanie Field. Mm-hmm. Yay!
Which Melanie Field also got a new show too. She's going to be on Pop TV.
I know. She's nailing her life.
Yeah, she's
and then, of course, Lindy West and Adie Bryant are making a show out of Shrill, which is really cool and will be really interesting to see. Mm-hmm. Also, and I want to get this in. I'm so sorry, Kurt. I know we're behind. There was a Hayes doctor, Lauren Mulheim, and she came to the screening of Fatitude that we did. Mm-hmm. And she was inspired by the people she met there. And she's really trying hard to create a Los Angeles database for doctors who are who are health at every size, who are advocates. Hayes, but maybe don't even know that Hayes exists.
Right.
But they just are don't have body bias, that they are very weight supportive.
Right.
And so this is getting posted right after we go off the air. I put it up to go on probably now.
Yeah, because they're asking for help to create this database. So if you know of a doctor that is that way, who doesn't have weight bias, who has treated you well, add them to this list so that other fat girls can go see them.
Exactly. And it there's an email for it, Hayes, HAES Los Angeles spelt out @gmail.com, or you can do anonymously. Oh my God, I'm like Trump. Anonymously. You can anonymously go and complete a form on the website. We're posting that right here. Next week, we're hoping to have a real major player in the Haze movement. Knock wood. I have to get a confirmation back. So we can't quite announce it yet, but as soon as we know, you will know.
You will know.
And guys, you have to tell everyone to keep watching because I only have Eva for like 4 more shows.
I know, 4 more shows.
I know. All right. We
All right,
love
we love you guys.
Have
We'll
a
see
great
you next week.
All right. Plus this.
Did you know that 67% of American women are size 14 and above?
You mean they look like this?